Ladies and gentlemen, this is a little bit ridiculous. The last 2 weeks of NFL games have been absolutely terrible, and now we go into week 9 where every game is so close that I can barely come to a decision. How dare you for giving us good games? Anyway, I would like to announce that last week we did finally bounce back, having an 11-5 record, bringing my season total to 76-49. We're getting back to where I want to be. Now, hopefully this week doesn't destroy that. Couple of plugs real quick before we hop right into it. Don't forget to use code WyattzWorld on G Fuel or Prize Picks. G Fuel, you'll save yourself a discount on any of their products, and Prize Picks, you'll match up to $100 of your first deposit. You can also use code Wyatt10 to save yourself a discount on any Waggle merch. Rumor has it these hats make good Christmas presents, just saying. But that's all I got for plugs. Let's get into my week 9 NFL predictions. All right, so kicking off week 9, we've got Thursday Night Football, and it is the Titans at the Steelers, which is now kind of an interesting game with Will Levis. But I'm going to be honest, I'm still taking the Steelers here. We'll go 21-17, but if the Titans can pass, this game has potential to really upset me. And I say that because obviously I'm not picking the Titans, but I mean, if they throw like they did last week, they can beat any team. However, I don't think that necessarily will happen. I think the Steelers are going to bring a ton of pressure, and Mike Tomlin is not going to lose 2 games in a row at home. This is what the guy does. I say it every time he loses, and I'm right. He gets slapped in the face, comes back next week, and shoves his foot right up his opponent's ass. It'll be a good one, but I am rolling with the Steelers to bounce back here against Tennessee. And I know, by the way, Kenny is probably going to be out. I don't care. I think the Steelers will still find a way to win. They always do. Now moving on to Sunday morning, we have got a Sunday morning super slam out of Frankfurt, Germany between the Dolphins and the Chiefs. Would like to point out that if everything goes according to plan, I will watch this on Twitch again like I have been doing with the previous morning game, so make sure to be there. Anyway, as far as who's going to win this game, I'm taking Kansas City by a field goal, 30-27. For one, Tua does not play good in cold weather. It's going to be in the high 40s and raining there. That's not going to be pleasant. And for 2, this is a really good team, and Miami hasn't beaten a winning team in over 400 days. And I know the fans are rolling their eyes and they're sick and tired of me saying that, but let's be honest, that's not my problem, it's yours. Why the fuck would I pick you guys to beat a winning team when you haven't done it in a year? Logic. If I'm wrong, okay, maybe I'll start picking you against winning teams. But if I'm right, I ain't gonna start anytime soon. Good luck to ya. Moving on to the next game, we got the Vikings at the Falcons, and this is bullshit. This should be me hanging upside down from my ceiling right now, predicting Kirk Cousins to shit all over them, but instead, I'm predicting the Falcons to win 24-14 because I have no confidence in the Vikings anymore. Kirk Cousins was everything. That was the key to their offense, the glue. Everything that was holding together just fell apart. Sure, I like Josh Dobbs. I think that was a great acquirement, but he's not even starting. We're going to try and give it to Jaren Hall, and please surprise me, man, but I'm going to be honest, I think you're probably going to go out there and suck. I'm just depressed, dude. Now we've got the Bears at the Saints, and this should be one of the only easy picks of the week. And I say should, but it's the Saints, and for what I know, they're going to go out there and lose now, but I'm not going to pick that. I got the Saints winning 30-10 here. Look, this is a great chance for the Saints to get another win and try and hang up there at the top of the division, but 2 things got to happen. 1, Derek Carr has got to show up again, and for 2, the plays have got to make sense on offense. I have no worries about the defense shutting Baggett down. That should be plain and simple for him. But I do still have concerns about the consistency of the Saints offense, because if they go out there and lose to the Bears, you guys are not going to have any credibility for the rest of the year. You guys will be absolutely fucked. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. Just don't be stupid. And now the next game we've got is the Rams at the Packers. I'll take LA by a score here, 24-17. Like I said, Green Bay is absolutely horrible. They might be the worst team in the league at the moment. Plus, on top of that, they just lost for Saul Douglas. Thank you so much. We actually really needed that. But that doesn't help Green Bay at all, especially playing against a team like the Rams, who we know can perform, just not at that high of a level. But in order to beat Green Bay, you just got to perform at a high school level and you're golden. I think LA's got the better roster. I think they get the win at Lambeau, and Green Bay continues to sink down in the trenches. Moving on to the next game, we got the Commanders at the Patriots, and sadly, I think this is going to be a disaster for Sam Howell, and I know I predicted that last week, and he played out of his mind, but this has statistics to back it up. Go look at Bill Belichick versus first-year quarterbacks once, because it's not pretty. Not impossible for him to lose, but statistically, and this is technically Sam's first year as a starter, Bill destroys rookies or young quarterbacks on their first year. Like, he just knows how to get in their head and completely destroy them. I'm pretty sure Tua is like the only young quarterback to have ever beat Bill and actually had his number. Plus, on top of everything I'm just saying, the Commanders lost a ton of pressure, losing both Montez Sweat and Chase Young, so that's gonna further bring my confidence for him down. I'm not comfortable picking either side here, but I'm gonna go with my gut and actually take the Patriots. We'll go 20-14, and maybe I'm wrong, hopefully I am, but I really don't think I'm gonna be. Next game we got is the Seahawks at the Ravens. This is going to be a good game, and the Seahawks, I think, are going to get the win 17-10. Leonard Williams is going to make an immediate spark on that defense, and I think they're going to be able to shut down Baltimore as a whole. Now, with that being said, I do think Geno Smith is going to have a pretty rough game. Baltimore's pass defense, let alone their entire defense, has been brutally good, but I think Seattle's got the offensive weapons to get around it. This is going to be a really good test for the Ravens because they're definitely considered a top team right now in the league. I think if they beat Seattle this week and put on an impressive showcase both offensively and defensively, I myself might even consider them the best team in the league at the moment. But they got to win first and be dominant. For right now, my pick is Seattle. All right, moving on to the next game, we got the Buccaneers at the Texans, and I am actually going to take Tampa Bay 27-20. Look, I do not think the Texans are falling off, but I cannot confidently say they are a better team than the Buccaneers. I like the Buccaneers roster more, and the Texans defense, especially in their pass game, has not been the best. I think Mike and Chris are in line for a huge day, and if Baker Mayfield can wake up even feeling at 50%, he should be able to march that offense right down the field more than enough times to win. Like I said, I don't think the Texans are falling off. I just don't think they're quite as good as Tampa right now, and I'm not going to pick them to win. Next game we got is the Cardinals at the Browns, and this is the only easy pick I've had all week, and I mean sure shit, no doubt about it, simple pick. And because I'm saying this, that probably means I'm going to be wrong. But I think the Browns win this game 22-3. All I can see in this game is Clayton Tune having the worst day of his life. Cleveland might have 100 possessions by the fourth quarter. All right, up next, we've got the Colts at the Panthers, and if I'm not mistaken, this is also my dad's celeb pick of the week, so stick around for that. But I got the Colts winning 33-21. Look, I have been 100% accurate as to how I've predicted the Panthers offense to be this year. I was 100% accurate on how they would start. I was 100% accurate on how they would develop, and I was 100% accurate at the start of the year on the week they would get their first win, even though I didn't pick it last week. But I said week 8. With that being said, their defense is still bad, and they are facing an angry, pissed off Colts offense with Jonathan Taylor. And if you're scoffing at that going, like they're supposed to be scary or something, their offense is ranked 8th. I think Carolina will score because the Colts don't have a great D either, but offensively, this will be an Indianapolis beatdown, and I think the Colts are going to bounce back, and Gardner Minshew is going to come out smelling like roses. Dad, what do you think?
Hello, Wyatt's World junkies. Wyatt's dad back for another pick. If you remember correctly, last week I picked Tennessee to beat the Atlanta Falcons. And I said that Derrick Henry would rush for over 100 yards, but I also said Malik Willis would be in the game. It turns out it wasn't Malik Willis, it was Will Levis. Actually, I know it's Levis. And DeAndre Hopkins that really did end the Falcons. Anyway, they made a winner out of me. So I'm now 5-1. Take that 5-1 record out, and I'm going to get even with the team. I'm in a different league where I pick all 16 teams or games, whatever is going on a given week. And every week I pick the Indianapolis Colts wrong. Whether I pick them to win, then they lose. If I pick them to lose, then they win. So I'm going to get even with them. I'm going to pick Indianapolis this week to beat Carolina. Don't take that to the bank because it's not going to happen, but that's my official pick. Hey, on a side note, it was sure fun to see the Vikings go in and trash Green Bay in Lambeau Field. I feel almost sorry for Green Bay because their team is really bad. Of course, it was costly. We lost Kirk Cousins, and that's probably going to end our season. But some good news for Viking fans. I heard Tom Brady was at the facility this morning. Have a great week, everybody.
All right, moving on next, we got the Giants at the Raiders. If Josh McDaniels wouldn't have gotten fired last night, I'd have nothing to say about this game, but I do have something to say about this game, and that's that Josh McDaniels just got fired. Either way, I do not care about this, and I will not be watching. I'll say the Raiders win by 1 point, 10-9. And now we're on to the Cowboys at the Eagles. Listen, the Cowboys are taking them down. In the month of October, things have not been as great for the Eagles as they have seemed. They have lost to the Jets, and they have allowed 62 points to Washington in 2 games. They're an elite team, but they're not playing at their best. You know who else is an elite team? Dallas, and they have been playing good. Yeah, they got slapped by the 49ers, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty sure they've come back and punched out every person in their path. Actually, I think they've only played 2 teams in that time because they had a bye week, but they won both games. And just blew out the Rams, which isn't saying much, but they didn't just allow 31 points for the second time in a month to Washington. I think Jalen's going to make a mistake this game that's going to allow the boys to sneak ahead by 3, and I'm going to take Dallas 27-24. And now moving on to Sunday Night Football, we've got the Bills at the Bengals, and those who have watched my videos all week, you'd know that I am picking the Bengals to win this. We'll go 26-24. I appreciate Buffalo's game against Tampa. I think they looked a lot better, and I pray that I'm wrong on this, but I just don't have the confidence that they're going to be able to stop Cincinnati offensively, and Cincinnati's going to be very well rested. Stoked to see Rasul Douglas. Hope he can make a big play, but like I said, I don't have the confidence. I think our offense will show up. I'm not really concerned about that like some people are. It's just, for me, we're missing a lot of keys that we need, and Von Miller still is not even close to 100%. The guy is limping off the field after every single play. Mount up, prove me wrong, boys, but I gotta go with the Bengals. And finally, moving on to Monday Night Football, we've got the Chargers at the Jets. Fucking sick, NFL, sick. Take the Chargers to win by 1 point, 21-20, and I expect myself to be wrong. I just believe that their offense is too good to not outscore the Jets, but I also know Brandon Staley is going to have one hell of a time maintaining a lead if he can get one. I will say this, though, Charger fans, that if you guys can win, you're really helping Buffalo out, so please don't disappoint me. But that is all I got for my Week 9 NFL predictions, everybody. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, you already know what to do to show support, and please turn on that bell. I try to post on this channel every single day. However, with everything I just said, I'm going to hop off and get this edited so you guys can watch it on time. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday, and as always, I will see you in the next video.